kind of like your tire pressure sensor in the car. Now you know how your tire is performing all the time in your car. And we envision that to be the kind of smarts and monitoring capability in high performance fans, where it would tell you how efficient it is for energy consumption in real time. So with the growth of electrification and also climate change, things are getting hotter. We envision the growth of the smart and perfectly balanced cooling fan to make air cooling as efficient as possible to be a big growth driver.
Hey everybody, welcome back. And thanks so much for joining us as we shine a spotlight on some of the smartest and freshest plays out there in the market today. Now, to that end, we're welcoming back to the show Michael Moe. He is the CEO of KULR Technology Group. They are traded on the NYSE under the ticker symbol KULR. I want you to pull up one of their recent press releases. Here's the date line, October 2nd, 2024. Here's the headline: KULR Xero Vibe Technology lands licensing partnership with $2.35 million deal. As with every press release, there's so much more to unpack here. So let's do that with the CEO. Michael, welcome to the show. Thanks for making time for us.
Thank you for having me here, Stuart.
So Michael, like I just pointed out, in every press release, there's a lot packed in there, especially with your company. So with the excellent development around that recent news regarding this Xero Vibe, and that's spelled Xero, Xero Vibe Technology, and the $2.35 million licensing partnership, which not only creates a new revenue stream for the company, it's a new business model for the company, as the subheadline of that press release says. Can you provide me with what only a CEO can provide, which is the true insights into this press release and this exciting news?
Yeah, no, thank you. As you know, that we've been working on KULR Vibe for a long time for helicopter applications, and we'll continue to do that to serve our military customers such as the Army, the Navy, so forth. And we believe we'll have some breakthrough coming on that as well. This announcement, this product is really about fulfilling our original vision of being energy efficient and sustainable for electrification. So with the KULR Xero Vibe technology, we're eliminating wasted energy due to vibration. We're making the cooling of AI servers more efficient and using less energy. The fans will produce less noise. The noise pollution is actually a real issue in data centers, where in the server farms, you have tens of thousands of these servers, all cooled by fans. They're humming. Noise pollution is a real thing for data center neighborhoods. So hopefully we can contribute to that. And there's less wear to the system due to the lack of vibration for these fans, so they will last longer. So all that points to more sustainable, energy efficient for electrification and for thermal management. And this new business model surrounding this licensing model is a new business model that we are exploring with that region of the world. And we'll continue to explore that across multiple regions of the world and across multiple applications.
I'm glad you brought that point up. And again, more reason to pull this press release up and follow along with what we're talking about. Michael, thank you for foreshadowing my next question then as well, which is that data center application. And so there has just been a ton of focus from the market around data centers, energy usage. There's been reports from Goldman Sachs. We've heard about it from Microsoft, from Oracle. Is there a data center focused application for the KXV, which is the KULR Xero Vibe, for everybody out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, data center power usage has been front and center on some of the biggest investment themes of the day due to the AI computing, power demand. A ChatGPT question takes about 10 times more energy to answer than a Google search. And then so I think the Goldman Sachs report that you talked about, the data center power usage is expected to increase 160% over the next few years, from about 2% of the world's power consumption to about 4%. So that's a lot of power. A lot of people talk about liquid cooling. Liquid cooling is more efficient, but it has a lot of limitations. For example, it fights for clean water resource. So it actually fights a resource of your drinking water. So for a lot of regions and applications, that's just not very practical. And also it costs a lot more. I think a JP Morgan report says that the liquid cooling system costs about 15 times more than air cooling systems to get it set up. And also existing data centers, about 95% of them are run by air cooling. So make air cooling more efficient with less energy is super important. And that's what we believe that KULR Xero Vibe can contribute. And that's definitely our focus to serve the data center world where it's power hungry, cooling hungry, and probably the fastest return on investment for our customers.
Outstanding. Well, that's big news and music to the ears of your shareholders. And speaking of your shareholders, as soon as this news hit, there was a lot of questions on social media. We channeled a few of them into this interview. Here's one. It says, can you confirm whether the licensee, and then we're talking about in this press release, the licensee from the October 2nd press release, has a history of involvement in aerospace projects or collaborations with NASA, or if their primary focus has been in industrial sectors such as HVAC, which is another interesting application for the KXV, and semiconductor distribution for data centers. So this shareholder definitely knows what they're talking about here. Any answer to that question?
Yeah, no, this customer is solely serving commercial customers, not in the space world. Their primary business is the semiconductor system integration distribution business, and in Japan. So that's going to be our focus too for the KSV technology is on commercial customers for high power applications like data center across different regions because the AI data center phenomenon is not just a US and Japan phenomenon. It's everywhere in the world. The NVIDIA CEO talked about solvent AI. That's everywhere in the world. And there's a race to build out this incredible infrastructure for years to come.
Well, Michael, my next question then, because we've talked about the applications, the potential markets, the geography of this, what are your long-term visions for KXV then within the company and its corporate goals?
I think we're barely scratching the surface on what's possible. There are about 1 billion fans sold a year in the world. So to make every fan a perfectly balanced fan is our goal. And they will eventually all be, well, actually many of them will be smart fans, where they be monitored and dynamically balanced throughout their operational life. I will make an analogy, kind of like your tire pressure sensor in the car. Now you know how your tire is performing all the time in your car. And we envision that to be the kind of smarts and monitoring capability in high performance fans, where it would tell you how efficient it is for energy consumption in real time. So with the growth of electrification and also climate change, things are getting hotter. We envision the growth of the smart and perfectly balanced cooling fan to make air cooling as efficient as possible to be a big growth driver in a market in the future.
Well, let's change gears, but let's talk about those growth drivers again. Let's talk about KULR One. Now, you recently announced new contracts for KULR One Guardian and KULR One Space, and it looks like these are going to be big growth drivers for you and the company in the future. So can you give us an update on the KULR One and specifically on the KULR One Guardian in Space?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, KULR One is still our bread and butter. We've been investing in this platform for many, many years, total suite of applications. So for KULR One Space, we expect to be a big and fast-growing market for us. The key drivers are the growth of the space economy, which is going to be $1.8 billion, and then driving the space battery to about a $25 billion market by 2032. And one key driver that we're kind of zero in on right now is the NASA JSC 20793 required or compliant batteries. It's because the big driver for NASA to go to the moon, which is the Artemis program that has the crew space mission that requires the batteries to meet their JSC 20793 safety requirement. So our KULR One Space platform is the off-the-shelf and also customized platform to meet that requirement. We are accelerating the time to market for our customers from 2 to 3 years of development to 4 months, from concept to prototype. And we're scaling up our design and build the whole process in our new Webster, Texas facility. The other one you mentioned is KULR One Guardian. So this is something that we have been developing for Army. Very excited about the expanding the contract to 2.4 million. That's for further design and testing and environmental testing and military standard testing. So we're building the silicon nano battery pack for the Army with NASA level space level safety ratings that will survive ballistic tests. And this is definitely a breakthrough for our customer. Now, definitely one of a kind. So, a lot more exciting development testing to come. We're excited about when this product will go into production in 2025 and well into 2026. So we expect this to be a sustainable product sale revenue driver for us into the future. Yeah.
Well, Michael, thank you so much, first and foremost, for your time and your insights here. And thank you for the great news and the progress from your company here in 2024. So, if you're new to this company and they're traded again on the NYSE American under the ticker symbol KULR, if you go to KULR Technology Group Incorporated's website, which is just KULR, technology.com. You can click on a presentation tab, and the company just put out a 2024 slide deck on the company, its history, who it's worked with, who it's working with now, and what the future holds for the company. It's a fantastic way to really learn up on this company quickly. And another great way is to send us your questions here on the company, interact with them on social media. You can send questions via their Twitter, LinkedIn. In fact, we just did a Will Walker, who is the CTO, AMA. So the Chief Technical Officer was on a Reddit Ask Me Anything, and the feedback on that was great. Michael, we always get great feedback because you're such a transparent CEO. We really do appreciate your time here today.
Thank you very much, Storm.
All right, from Michael Moe, this is Stuart Smith saying, hey, hit that subscribe button, send us your comments, and we look forward to speaking with you in the very near future. Take care.